Welcome back to our test drive of the Jaguar F-Type Coupe, a trip that started in the early hours of Sunday morning in Barcelona, then made its way west to the small town of Lleida. We'd spent the drive on a combination of good mountain roads and open highway, but soon found ourselves with a chance to put the F-Type on a racetrack. There is another major difference between the Coupe and the convertible, and that is that the Coupe gets an R version with a more potent supercharged V8 engine and some electronic bits to help you on those days when you conveniently have a racetrack at your disposal. Kinda like now. Quite literally in the middle of nowhere is a complex called Motorland Aragon, which gave the F-Type R a chance to really show off. Fitted to this particular car are the optional carbon ceramic brakes, which provide you with a good few $100,000 worth of fade-free stopping power. Although I'd suggest that unless you're planning to do a few laps of your local race circuit on your way to work every day, they're not entirely necessary. Track session over, it was time to get back on the roads and find another mountain pass, this time behind the wheel of the R. When you compare the F-Type Coupe R to something like the Audi R8, it's not that impressive. The V8 R8, for example, has got 100 kilowatts less than this car, but they've got almost identical 0 to 100 times. They both look great, they both sound amazing, but somehow the R8 feels a lot more mechanical than this car. It doesn't feel as alive. So they might have a lot in common, but this car just feels so much better. The R Coupe is an immensely rewarding car. In dynamic mode with its quad exhaust at their loudest, it engages you and makes you smile even if you come off the accelerator in a straight line. It crackles and pops as it burns of fuel in preparation for the next set of corners. This is one of those cars that's built to flatter the driver. After driving some of the roads we have today, I'm beginning to think I'm some kind of driving genius, but really, it's the torque vectoring that breaks the inside wheels that makes the turn-in so sharp. It's the clever electronic active diff at the back that allows you to boot it out in the corners without any drama. Those are the things that are working so hard and making this car feel so good. Not me. That may sound like the car is uninvolving and does everything for you, but in reality, there's a real connection between you and the machine. Not in the same way as there might be with a Mercedes-Benz SLS or Ferrari 458, because those are in a different league, but in a way that lets you get so much out of it without really trying that hard. Its electronics may step in where necessary, but they never get in the way of driver enjoyment or monumentally rapid forward motion. And it never gets tired. A good few hours behind the wheel, and it still felt as eager when we reached the end of our trip as it did when we began. Perhaps because of the success of the convertible, a lot of Jaguar employees are being not so humble about the Coupe. Sure, there are things with which you can't argue, like the fact that it is the most torsionally rigid Jag they've ever made. But they also say it's the most dynamic Jag they've ever made. True, it does have a good chassis and some very drivable engines. But is it the ultimate Jaguar?
I think so, yeah. It's the absolute zenith of what Jaguar is about. It's the epitome of Jaguar's sporting DNA. And as I say, Jaguar considers itself a sports car company, whether it's saloons or sports cars or GTs, so yes.
I've been lucky enough to do a few international launches, some of them with very good cars, but I've never had such a perfect combination of fantastic roads and such a capable machine. Regardless of your driving skill, the F-Type Coupe is an incredibly rewarding thing to look at, to listen to, and to drive. When the world first sampled the Jaguar F-Type convertible, they basically went crazy. That's because it was a package that offered real style and drivability. But I think that was just the appetizer for the main course that is the F-Type Coupe, which is every bit as good looking, but with a more powerful engine option, a fixed roof, and some top-class driving technology. It is quite simply spectacular. The V6S packs good power with a mechanical limited slip diff for improved traction. It's the less powerful option, but still very enjoyable. The F-Type R Coupe has an even more potent version of Jaguar's supercharged V8. Immense acceleration and speed is matched to a superbly capable chassis. Whatever your choice or your budget, the F-Type Coupe offers an enjoyable drive, whether you're cruising the highway or pushing it hard. It even has usable luggage space.